Welcome to another edition of the Sports Block. My name is Will Giddis alongside Kevin Brunson. Another chilly night here at Mustang Stadium as the Mustangs are taking on the Leesville Pride. This is the second round of the playoffs. One of those games. Leesville's undefeated. Middle Creek's only incurred one loss, and that was in a non-conference game to Garner. So, unstoppable object meets an immovable, or an unstoppable force hits an immovable object, and definitely shaping up to be a good one here. And we're having some technical difficulties with Kevin's mic. Just an overview of the two teams. Leesville Road 11-0, 7-0 in the conference. The last game they won 43-13 against Heritage. They're averaging around 40 points a game, and Kevin's mic's working.
Okay, so yeah, Leesville is coming in the game 11-0, 7-0 in conference. In their last game, in the first round of the playoffs, they played Heritage and blew them out 43-13. We looked earlier and it said that Leesville is averaging about 40 points a game. So they have a very dominant offense. And on the other side, Middle Creek is coming in 11-1 with the only loss to Garner, who is playing tonight. They're playing Wakefield, and we are 8-0 in conference, Tri-9 champs. And yeah, like I said, the only loss is to Garner. We always go back to the Garner game just because it was just such a pivotal moment in the season.
Yeah, for Middle Creek, that was their first loss of the season, first and only loss of the season. There's I think it really exposed some of the problems between mostly the defense. They had trouble defending the run, play fakes, play action, and I think it really helped Middle Creek to look at what they needed to work on coming into these playoffs, because now we're at a point in this playoff. It's only the second round, yet we still have the best teams really in the state playing against each other. Leesville, one of those elite teams, definitely feared coming in this game. A lot of talk around Middle Creek of how good they are. So definitely not going to be a cakewalk for the Mustangs here tonight.
And we've got some key players. I know Braxton Barrios for Leesville Road, wide receiver. He's a little guy, only 5'10", 170. I heard he's really quick. Once he catches the ball, he's going to be hard to stop. But we have multiple key players on Middle Creek. Of course, you can't mention key players without mentioning David Salmon's name.
Definitely.
This year he's coming off a hard season last year. I don't know how many interceptions he threw, 15 plus, I think. But he's only had 2 this season. Coming in from the Athens game, there's only 2 interceptions he threw. And obviously, Devon Johnson is one of our biggest powerhouse running backs. Very strong, has a ton of strength. And then Nayland Lopez in the backfield as well, ton of speed. And on the defensive side of the ball, we've got Marcus Bullock in the secondary and Marquise Ward, linebacker. So they're going to be 2 players definitely to watch.
I think Coach Castellano would agree with me when I say it's not key players, 1 player, 2 players that really make a team. I mean, we've heard talk all around the school about how good Braxton Barrios is, how he's the end-all, be-all for Middle Creek Mustangs here tonight. And there's a lot of hype surrounding him. I believe he's one of the top prospects in the nation. As you see, the Middle Creek Mustangs coming out of tunnel here. He's one of the best prospects in the nation, but you really can't be a best prospect if the team around you is not supporting you. And with his position, wide receiver, you got to have a solid quarterback, a solid O-line, really just a solid all-around offense for you to really produce.
And a key injury tonight for the Middle Creek Mustangs is number 15, Gabe Cooper, one of our starting wide receivers, is out. He got a concussion once again last game against Laney, his second of the season. So, he's just going to, he has to take the game off. So, he's really rooting for his team to come out with the win so he can come back next week. Hopefully we're going to get the winner of, well, we are going to get the winner of Garner and Wakefield, but hopefully we will see Garner once again, because I know there's some bad blood out there that we want to get our revenge on them.
Most definitely. You know, Garner, if we do end up winning this game, and you know that's a huge step forward, we haven't even started yet, we would be playing at Garner. So basically the winner of this game, if Garner wins, will play at Garner. Winner of this game will play at their home stadium should Wakefield win. So, you know, we're going to keep tabs on that game. We're going to keep everybody updated on that.
That's definitely going to be the game. Other than this, the game to watch is Wakefield and Garner, because I know Wakefield, when Leesville and Wakefield played, they were both undefeated. You know, Leesville got the best of Wakefield, but you know, that Garner and Wakefield game is going to be very very competitive.
Definitely something to watch. You know, we always talk about the creativity of the banners the cheerleaders always seem to have. I'm especially liking this one, Stealing Your Pride, one touchdown at a time. For those who didn't know, Leesville's, I guess, mascot they're the Leesville Pride. I was talking to Kevin earlier how he would physically represent pride. He suggested a lion, so we're going to go with it. But I really like that banner. I think that's getting us pumped up.
Yeah, and Middle Creek, I think they kind of broke tradition tonight. Coming out of the tunnel, we always play "We Ready," but I heard a different song tonight. I think the team elected, that this song. I've never heard it before, but I was kind of moving up here in the booth, so Creek Crazies are really getting hyped up, and I know teams down there dancing around, pushing each other around, so they're more than ready for tonight's game.
Yeah, and if you look over on Leesville's side of the field, they've got probably the biggest fan section since Garner, really. I think the signs really improve. They got signs all along the bleachers over there. I think they really brought it tonight. It's almost packed. Obviously nothing close to what Garner brought, which was up and down the sideline on the fence, but definitely, you like seeing those games where there's two student sections going at each other. It really adds electricity to the air. Just such a better atmosphere when you have two teams rooting against each other, two fan sections rooting against each other. It just adds so much more, especially in high school football.
Go ahead.
We're going to look for the coin toss here. Last time we won the coin toss and we elected to kick it off, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what they decide to do here, knowing Leesville's powerful offense.
Yeah, we always make our pregame predictions. So if Middle Creek wins, so what do you think? I answered the question last week, so I'm going to put you on the spot this week. What do you think they're going to do if they win the coin toss?
I honestly think they're going to kick it away of course, I said the opposite thing and they ended up kicking it away, but I really do think they're going to, kick it away because, typically, I don't want to say we're a second half team, but I feel like having the momentum going forward from the beginning of that second half is really something Mustangs have been able to build on here. You saw it last game where we played Laney. We were down 14-0 going into the half. We came out, scored 31? Almost,
yeah, 31
unanswered points. So I think it's going to be huge for Middle Creek's defense to hold this Leesville offense and allow Middle Creek's offense to really give themselves the opportunity to win this game here.
Yeah, like you said, I agree that I think they're going to kick it off just because coming off that Laney game, I think Middle Creek came out of the gates taking Laney lightly. Their record didn't show that they were the best team to play, but they came out early and scored 14 points in the first quarter. So I think Middle Creek, Leesville is a great team. Great offense. Braxton Barrios, who already mentioned. If they were to come out of the gate early and score, Middle Creek will have the momentum and the advantage in the second half.
And I didn't quite catch what they decided to do here. Imagine we're going to find out sooner or later. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds till this game starts. And I am certainly pumped. There's a lot of electricity going around not only in the student section here tonight, but around the high school as well, as you've heard me talk about. Just all the attention this game has brought about.
So you hear Mr. Cafone doing his rendition of Saturday Night Live, as he does before every home game. He's getting everyone involved.
With musical guests, the Middle Creek Marching Mustang Band.
And something we didn't mention, Chris Huey last game was having some problems cramping up. I saw him at least twice cramp up after he kicked the extra point. But I heard, you told me, Will, that he's healthy, he's back, and he's ready to get out there and put a lot of extra points to the uprights.
Yeah, definitely. We do have 3 capable kickers. I think Chris Huey is obviously our best option. And Kimmy Pittman and
Michael Rubino.
Yeah, Michael Rubino. Michael, came through, did kickoffs while Chris Huey was on the bench, injured with his injury. So definitely capable, as we're going to see what Chris Huey's able to do here. Hasn't really kicked any tremendously long field goals this season. I think really the only field goals we've seen kicked or attempted to be kicked were at Athens when they came here and they had that monster of a kicker.
Yeah, and at the high school level, it's really hard to find a good field goal kicker. Athens, they had one really good kicker.
Yeah, and Athens is now, I believe they lost
to Garner.
Yeah, so Middle Creek, I was right. Middle Creek does decide to kick it here, and can't wait to see this get underway. I'm truly excited for this.
Yeah, I think we all are. Chris Huey gets a short kickoff, takes one bounce.
Oh, man.
And that's Barrios, number 8. He's going to be stopped just shy of the 20-yard line.
Where I don't know about you, but that started looking like last game against Laney, where they're just
the quarterback
just curtailed out. Oh, man, scary.
That was our first look at Barrios and the Leesville special teams unit.
I was talking to Rashid Farrell, he's in my Foods 1 class, about, what does he know about this Leesville offense? He said they really don't have a specific type of offense. He said they run the Wildcat, they will run the spread, they will take handoffs under center. So, I don't think really Middle Creek had anything specific to prepare for coming into this game.
And just out of the gate, number 7, Evan Parker, quarterback for Leesville Road, takes a quarterback sneak. And to me, it looks like they're going to run the shotgun offense as well as Middle Creek runs.
Yeah, Middle Creek really hasn't had any problems with their secondary. I think there's only been one big play we've really given up in the secondary. Yeah, that was last game. So, I think the run game has really been Middle Creek's primary focus all season, and stopping that.
That was Latchner for the Pride on the carry. King Kiaku with a big tackle stopping him short. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Man, I can hear it through these headphones, those bleachers getting jumped on.
Parker takes the snap. Quick handoff. Quick handoff goes nowhere. It's going to be a quick 3 and out. I don't see Leesville going for it. They're going to bring on the kicking unit.
And that is exactly what Middle Creek's defense was looking for here. Big offense coming into this game, first drive, and they go down without getting a first down. So good job to them. It's going to be up to the offense to really get us started here, though.
Good kick. Fair catch called by Jay Schuler. And Jay Schuler is going to get the start in the place of Gabe Cooper. As we said, he's out with a concussion, so number 8, Schuler, will in fact be one of the and he'll start on kick return. I thought he was going to actually start wide receiver, but it looks like Middle Creek's only going to run with 3 wide receivers. Oh no, there's 4. I believe Keon Smith is our extra wide receiver. Quick screen to Johnson, puts on a stiff arm, breaks tackles, and he's going to power his way through for a quick first down.
And I really think that one play just displayed everything that Devon Johnson brings to the table here. He's got speed, he's got power, he finished that play falling forward. Obviously an effective stiff arm there, so definitely, like we said earlier, somebody to watch.
Another handoff to Johnson. He's going to break a hole.
Touchdown.
And a huge run play results in, I believe it's a first down. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he got it.
2 quick first downs. Great play calling by Coach Castellano. You know, this is exactly what Middle Creek wants, is to work fast, to work at their own pace. And, you know, the minimum amount of plays that they can use to score is exactly what they want. Lopez is going to get the handoff. And he's going to scamper into the end zone for a Middle Creek touchdown.
I have to think that's probably the fastest drive we've ever scored on.
Yeah, I think so. This season at least. 3 plays. And, you know, Will, I don't know if you see Tyler Scholler down on the sidelines. Looks like he's got a 2x4 that they're all smacking when they walk by. It might be a good luck thing for the team. I don't know.
I'll ask him about that later. I'm not quite sure what that's about.
Chris Huey's extra point is good, putting the Mustangs up 7-0 here early.
And I see it. I see it. You think that's what Castellano brought him on the team for?
Hey, if it works, they need to keep using it.
Power to the wood, man. If this keeps happening, I'll buy him a big old piece of lumber. It'll be twice the size, and the whole team can slap it all at once.
And, you know, Middle Creek can't let off at this point. You know, they're only up 1 touchdown. But, you know, I really don't think the Mustangs have had much trouble with that this season. You know, once they start scoring, they just keep it on. I know I'm trying to remember. I think it was it was the Apex game where we put up 61 or 66 points, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't make it to that game. I do know that I believe that was the high-scoring game, though.
Chris Huey on for the 2nd time tonight for a kickoff. We'll see if he can get this one a little deeper.
And, you know, the quick touchdown, I mean, the quick stop on defense and the quick touchdown, that kind of negates the choice to kick it away to start the game.
And it looks like Middle Creek is just absolutely energized on their kickoff coverage. That's twice that Barrios has gotten it and has gone nowhere.
So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here, making adjustments towards Middle Creek's defense, as obviously the run right there wasn't successful. We have yet to see the quarterback throw the ball here.
He's going to hand it off once again. And that was Braxton Barrios with a little end around.
I'm going to say that's a gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah, that's, what, 4 straight run plays we've seen, and, you know, haven't seen the quarterback's arm yet.
And the quarterback's name is Evan Parker. He's a senior, 6'2", 200 pounds, so big boy back there in center, or quarterback.
And a quick update, we have Fuquay is leading Richmond County 7-0 after a 67-yard run from the 2nd play from line of scrimmage. So just like we've seen in this game, Fuquay is out to an early start with only 2 plays.
I didn't even know Fuquay won. Who'd they play last week? Do you remember? I remember
Green Hope.
Yeah,
Green Hope.
I do remember that actually. It looks like they run an option.
Parker's going to run an option. He had Barrios behind him and elected to keep it.
Yeah, he did give that little pump fake there. I think the defenders bid on that.
That's not bad, but 7's not going to beat you.
2nd and 1, ball on the 45.
Evans is going to keep it, and looks like he makes his way for first down.
I thought the running back had the ball there.
Yeah, it was a good fake.
He just stood up. I was like, where'd the ball go?
First down, Leesville.
So Leesville was able to get out to the 50-yard line here. A little over 8 minutes left on the clock.
Evans hands it off.
And it looks like Leesville is going to respond right back here with just forcing that running game. And right now it's working. I mean, if you have a star like Braxton Barrio, I mean, why not use him? And it seems like that's exactly what they're doing here. He's getting kickoffs, running the ball. Looks like he's lining up his wide receiver here.
I think I was going to say they were going to elect to pass, but they handed off to Bowen once again. And like we said last game, Laney came out with a dominant run game as well. But every team, as much as we know, that if you can dominate the running game, the passing game comes a whole lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. We do have yet to see him pass here.
Another handoff to Bowen. Tries to get outside. Needs to be tripped up by Terrence White.
That was a nice open field tackle there.
I think that was probably a touchdown saving tackle right there. And I really can't think of one game that Middle Creek's really been dominant on their run defense.
Not that I can think of.
Bowen gets the call once again. Tries to find a hole, but he's been taken down.
Bowen on the carry again. Jacob Pearl on the stop. 2nd and 5 from the 9-yard line.
Going to bring up 2nd and 5. Leesville just within the 10-yard line, so they're threatening to score here.
And the reverse.
It's going to be a reverse to Barrios. And he's going to get into the end zone. Terrence White just tried to push him out at the 1-yard line.
And looks like they're going to use that run game very efficiently here throughout the entire game. And I honestly can't blame them. They looked good on that drive.
Yeah, we've got here on our roster sheet that Barrios is only a wide receiver and a DB, but we've seen him on the special teams unit. He's a placeholder right now, wide receiver, running back. He's just about everything on the team besides quarterback.
Yeah, some of the players were joking that he does play quarterback. He just throws the ball up, runs down the field, goes and catches it.
Catches it himself.
Yeah, and really got to point out that the Middle Creek team as a whole, you have these players watching hours and hours of film from the other team. I talk to them every week about how much film they watch, and it really sounds like they do get a good understanding of the opposing team's offense. And that's really important, knowing how the other team plays, because it's one thing to hear how they play. It's another thing to see how they play, and I think they're really starting to experience that about halfway through this first quarter.
We have our first scoring update from the Garner-Wakefield game. Garner has opened up a lead 7-0 over Wakefield, and the winner of that will take the winner of this game. We'll mention that all game just because, whoever wins, it's going to be a very heated third round. Kick to Nayland Lopez, and I think that was a big mistake by Wakefield as Lopez tries to get outside. He does. He's going to stay on his feet and finally pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. I think that they just tried to kick it out of the range of any return man, but I think they didn't see Lopez past the first line.
Yeah, and we really haven't seen any big plays like that from Middle Creek special teams unit. So definitely something they're bringing to the table here this game.
Johnson's going to get the handoff, get around 4 yards on the play.
Tackled by Piper, 2nd and 7.
So we'll see how Middle Creek responds to Leesville's dominating run game, as they've showed some of their own, but Selman's going to air it out, tries to find Schuler in the back of the end zone, just overthrown.
Yeah, he did have that cornerback beat. David overthrew it a little bit.
That was David's first pass tonight, so he's just getting that arm warmed up.
Yeah, it is very cold out here. I know as a baseball player myself, this carries over to football. If your joints get cold, it really does make throwing a little bit more difficult, as an offsides on the defense is going to be called here.
And our second scoring update from the Garner game, Wakefield has just answered to Garner, but missed their extra point. So, Wakefield's still down 7-6. But that's definitely the game to watch at this point. Garner and Wakefield, two very dominant teams.
As that penalty brought up 3rd and 2, and I think Nayland Lopez is going to have enough for the first down here.
First down. 1st and goal.
So Middle Creek's going to try to run a hurry-up offense, as they like to, run a good pace. Salmon throws too high for Jeff Sladek. David's mad at himself. He knows that play probably could have resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah, and that's very uncharacteristic of him. He's usually very pinpoint, very precise, knows what he's doing with the ball, as that's two misthrown or overthrown passes.
Handoff to Johnson. He's going to use that amazing strength he has and fall forward for gain of 5. So bring up 3rd.
I believe in goal. 3rd and goal, yeah.
David's going to drop back to pass. Try to find a receiver. Finds Ray, and
there was just nothing open on that side of the field.
I don't think anything would have resulted out of that. Ray tried to one-hand catch it, but he was out of bounds at that point.
So we're going to bring on Chris Huey here for the field goal, and I think this one's already shaping up to be a shootout of the offenses here.
This is the first time in a while we've seen a 4th down field goal from either team. But Chris Huey does it justice and puts it through the uprights, putting Middle Creek up 10-7 with just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
So going in, winding down this first quarter, who do you really think has the momentum here? I mean, Middle Creek came out, struck early, ended this drive with a field goal. Leesville started off slow and then came back with that last drive and just dominated with the run game. Who do you think really, I don't want to say has the advantage or upper hand, but who do you think has the momentum moving forward with what's left of this quarter?
Really, to tell you the truth, I think it's really 50-50 right now. Middle Creek not getting the best result off that play, but still scoring and putting points on the board. The run games for both teams are at this point very dominant, and both have established it. I don't see Leesville passing very much tonight, but I know once David gets going, he's going to find his receivers, and that's going to open up a lot of doors for the Mustang offense.
Definitely. I think some people could make the argument that Middle Creek does have home field advantage here, but I think you can also make the argument that they really don't, because this is high school football. In like the pros in college, when you call on home field advantage, usually means you have all of your fans in one stadium, but that's really not the case here, as Leesville seems to have brought a lot of their fans on that side of the field.
Robinson on a return, knocked out of bounds by Eric Merlin.
Most of our focus on a kick return is on the return man, but I saw a great block by one of the Leesville special team players, but you know, not a big return, but you know, a good opening for their offense.
Yeah, so 1st and 10, they're going to start on the 31-yard line, and another handoff here.
Barrios on the left side, tackled by Jacob Pearl.
And he's going to gain 9 yards on that run, so 2nd and 1, ball now on the 40.
You know, I'm still waiting for that first pass. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'd really like to see what he has in his arsenal, you know what I mean?
Launcher's going to get a carry. I don't know if he got enough. He might be just short.
And he is going to have enough here.
Get enough.
He was in on it anyway.
It was close.
I think they would have got it if it came to 3rd down, though.
And Parker's alone in the backfield, so we might see a pass here. He's going to keep it. And he's going to be swallowed up by multiple defenders, going nowhere. Gain of, I'd say, 2 probably.
I have to wonder if this Leesville, offensive coordinator is gonna, just at one point during the game decide he's gonna start passing, and the Middle Creek's defense not gonna have any idea what to do.
I mean, you got to think that's the only.
Well, they keep running the ball, they keep pounding it in. You're gonna start, having anti-run defenses, and then that's when they're gonna start passing.
Barrios gets a handoff. Good stiff arm, but he's going to be taken down.
And that looked like a face mask.
Yeah, offensive face mask. That's a penalty you don't really see much, in any level of football.
Yeah, usually the face mask is when you're making the tackle on another player, not when you're stiff arming him in the face. Ball on the 48, 1st and 10.
Parker's going to run the option, keep it, going nowhere.
Parker on the keeper. Tackled by John Olson.
John Olson gets credited for the tackle.
I think it has to be frustrating for this Middle Creek defense right now, knowing they're going to run the ball, but not knowing where.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we've seen just about every run play in the book so far.
Bowen on a carry. Tackled by Josh
Number 24, Bowen, once again gets a run call. Josh Hunter, number 50, on the tackle. It's going to result in a 1st down for the Leesville Pride.
And I think the goal right now for Middle Creek's defense would to hold them to a field goal right here. I mean, right now they're not within field goal range, and they do have the opportunity to not allow them to score. But with the way they're parading downfield, I think the overall goal should be for them to hold them to a field goal, as that's the first pass made by number 7 right there. And incomplete, but it looks like they're going to try and catch Middle Creek's defense off guard with the play action right there.
But I can quickly see them going back to the run play here. Just, that's got to be such a big part of their offense. And Parker's set up with Barrios in the backfield. He's going to pitch it left. He tackled hard, just shy of the 1st down marker. It might have been a hold somewhere in there, but no flags on the play.
Yeah, I heard somebody in the fans, somebody in the booth, and somebody I'm sure miles away say that was a hold, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it anywhere on the field, and I don't think neither did the refs.
And it looks like the official's going over the sideline here.
Third and 2.
3rd and 2 for the Pride.
And it looks like he just asked the Middle Creek Mustangs to back up off the line a little bit. That was what his hand gestures were suggesting.
Bowen gets the call. He's going to bounce off a would-be tackler and wrestled out of bounds. So we get enough for another first down. You know, Leesville running a lot of plays on this drive, but, you know, quickly getting first downs on every down. So
they are now on the 19-yard line, well within field goal range. And like I said, defense goal right here should be to hold them to a field goal.
Bowen almost finds his way into the end zone, but Jacob Pearl stopping him short. Just a quick update from the Fuquay-Richmond County game. Fuquay goes up 13-7 over Richmond County. Still early, though.
And we are now just reaching the final 2 minutes of the first quarter.
And hand off to Bowen. Short. I think he did not make it into the end zone. Good hold by the Middle Creek defense.
Bowen up the middle. Terry Patterson.
So like you said, best thing for the Middle Creek offense is obviously a stop, but you know, if they can hold them to a field goal and not let them go up, you know, that'd be obviously the second best option. But you know, I could obviously see it here as Middle Creek's defense is going to hold once again. He's going to wrap them up in the backfield.
Bowen on the carry. Wrapped up by Terry Patterson.
So if we do manage to bring Leesville to a fourth down here, do you think they're going to try and go for it, or do you think they're going to play it safe with the field goal?
Yeah, I think they're going to play it safe with the field goal, just because, you know, Leesville's a very disciplined team. So, you know, they know that this game is going to be a big shootout. So I don't think they're going to risk anything here early.
I think I can agree with that.
Middle Creek needs to stay composed and not get any penalties. Parker's going to run the option, hand off to Barrios.
Oh.
And I think he makes it.
And it looked like we were going to have him stop there, but our defenders weren't able to wrap him up.
And I didn't see an official call, but I think
I saw he did have his hands up.
Yeah, there was a touchdown. So Middle Creek's defense was just one play away from you know, from the field goal opportunity. Almost blocked. Not sure. And from here, it didn't look like it went in, but officials hold their hands up, and it does go through the uprights, putting Leesville up 14-10 with 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, you know, from this angle, I at least have difficulty telling whether it was good or not. Usually, you know, the refs are standing right under it, so it's usually not a problem. They usually have a good gauge of if it went through the crossbars or not. Obviously, we don't have instant replay. That would be pretty nice, but so it is the officials' call, and I feel like 95% of the time they will have it accurate.
You know, I will go ahead and correct you that, you know, up here on the sports block, we do have the ability for instant replay. Just it's not with us tonight.
Well, I mean,
we would love to have it.
We have access to instant replay. The refs do not.
As we wait for this kickoff, I do want to give a special thanks to the sports medicine department for providing us with a great cart for you know, all our equipment for the sports block. It's greatly appreciated.
Oh.
And almost a turn for the worst as Keon Smith almost fumbles the kickoff, but jumps on it quickly to, you know, that could have gone really bad.
Yeah. But Middle Creek will start off here with good field position. They're starting on the 33-yard line.
Salmon hands off to Nayland Lopez, who's going to try to motor his way through a first down. He's just shy, maybe 2-3 yards short.
Good for 7 yards.
You know, like we talk about this every game, just Middle Creek's ability to go from air to ground, ground to air. As they look to the air game now, Salmon's going to look deep, throws an interception. He's looking for Jeff Sladek.
Yeah, I could tell as soon as that ball started traveling through there that one was going to be intercepted.
And David had some pressure put on him. I think it wasn't a Hail Mary, but it was just kind of a I'm going to throw it up and see what happens kind of play.
Yeah, and he was under pressure when he did throw that ball, so obviously no excuse, but that's definitely going to give Leesville the upper hand here.
And we have another scoring update from the Garner-Wakefield game. Wakefield is up 14-7 over Garner. That's something we haven't seen a lot this season as an opponent over Garner. Parker's going to drop back to pass. Quick pressure. He finds Launcher. He's be good enough for a first down.
First down for Pride.
And looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick commercial break as Leesville goes into the second quarter, leading 14-10. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Blog. And we're back for the beginning of the second quarter here. Leesville is leading 14-10 as they have the ball on the 45-yard line. That coming off a David Soundman interception.
Thomas Hartshorn, a little late tackle on Barrios. I don't think he liked it that much. The word around school was, Barrios wasn't necessarily a target. I don't want to say a target, but the defense is definitely going to have their eyes on Barrios all night. Parker's going to keep it for another keeper. We've got Fuquay leading Richmond County now, 14-7.
Yeah, and again, I think like with the last drive, if they're not able to hold them here and not be able to force them to punt, I think the best thing is going to be to hold them to a field goal. Keep this a two-possession game, or one-possession game, I'm sorry.
A false start on the offense will pull them back. Looks like the offense was going to go to the air on that play. They were looking for Barrios on the sidelines, but quick jump from the offensive line is going to result in a 1st and 15.
Man, I got really excited too because, man, seeing a passing play, that's rare.
With a 1st and 15, you think they're going to go back to a pass?
No, definitely not.
As we just saw.
And another flag.
Another flag comes in way away from the play.
Yeah, it actually hit one of the Mill Creek players there. You look kind of confused. We're going to wait for the official call here.
Now, I'm not sure what that flag could be. It's going to be a holding.
And I think this is exactly what Middle Creek needs right now to stop this Leesville offense.
I've noticed that Leesville, once they get in the run game, they work fast. So, once they get the momentum on their side, they just keep working off that and keep working. So, these flags are going to slow them down a lot.
So it's going to be 1st and 25, ball on the 49-yard line. Quite a trip to the first down marker, but I think from what we've seen here, they're more than capable of getting to it.
Parker's going to hand it off to Bowen. Jacob Pearl on the tackle. He's not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the original.
Yeah, the original line of scrimmage.
Second and 15.
So it was a gain of about 10, so that would have been the first down right there, but that's going to bring up 2nd and 15, ball on the 40-yard line.
We haven't heard from the Creek Crazies lately, so they need to get back in the game, help out their Mustangs. Bowen's going to be stopped in the backfield. Marquise Ward on the tackle with some help from his teammates. Terry Patterson gets the initial stop, and Marquise Ward just cleaning up what Patterson would have had. It's going to be a loss of 5, so it's going to be a 3rd and 20.
This, for most teams, would be an obvious pass situation, but just honestly don't even know what Leesville's going to do here.
Parker's alone in the backfield, so I think he's going to go to the air as he drops back and finds Barrios cutting across the field. He's going to get to the sidelines and tackled hard, but he's not fazed by it. He's going to get the first down. A big pickup of 30, I'm going to say 30, maybe 40 yards.
I mean, how do you let that happen? There's just so much space for him to run to.
That's where the running game really helps you out. I don't think Middle Creek's defense expected him to run on that play with it being a 3rd and 20, but with this offense, you can really never guess. Marquise Ward with another tackle in the backfield as Bowen gets a carry.
Tackled by John Olson.
That's always just a big motivation shift as, momentum. I guess in both cases, but Middle Creek just needs to keep their composure. They know what their defense is capable of. Bowen's just short, maybe on the 1-yard line.
Tackled by Jacob Pearl.
Jacob Pearl on the tackle.
And I do feel like if they are stopped here on 3rd down, which again I don't think they will be, I do feel like they will go for it on 4th.
Yeah, being on the 1-yard line and their style of offense, you kind of have to go for it on 4th and 1. Parker and Bowen in the backfield. Bowen gets the handoff. He's going to be tackled. Looks like he's going to get his forward progress.
And I honestly did feel like he got across the line before he was brought back.
That was a good call by the referees.
It's just hard to believe we had them on 3rd and 20 and they're able to score here.
And Garner ties up Wakefield, 14 apiece for both teams now. In that game, you really can't count out anybody. And the extra point is good, putting Leesville Road up 21-10 with about 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. So, Middle Creek just needs to get a good start on this drive. I expect them to go to the air a lot more on this drive. Their running game's been successful tonight, but just not as much as they wish it could be. In earlier games this year, we've seen, even in this game, we saw on their first drive a quick 3-play drive. So they need a lot more of those to stay in contention for the win. But, like I said, I really do expect David to unleash his arm on this drive. One play that we've talked about all season long is the big pass play to Jeff Sladek. So they might incorporate that into their play calling. It's one that's worked, just about every time we've run it. So.
And it looks like the kicker might be lining up here for, I was going to say onside kick, but maybe not. And I think it's more important than anything that Middle Creek scores here.
Devon Johnson's going to receive the kickoff and try to use his power, but stopped just as he caught it. But Middle Creek with relatively good field position.
That's going to be spotted on the 31-yard line.
So David Salmon has Devon Johnson in the backfield. A lot of doors can open with that as he hands it off. Johnson finds a hole, falls forward. Looks like a gain of 5 on the play, so it's going to result in a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
And you have to wonder if David's maybe questioning himself here. Started off the first drive, or the second drive, with a 2 incomplete passes uncharacteristic, and then that interception. Maybe the offensive coordinator might be seeing David as a little rusty, continue running the ball here.
Well, with that run play, Devon Johnson gets a big gain for a 1st down. And they're going to go to him once again, finds a big hole. Looks like he gets another quick 1st down. He does. It's going to be a gain of 13 on the play.
Yeah, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm just going to keep running
keep
the ball.
Giving him the ball.
Till they're able to stop it.
And Lopez stopped dead in his tracks, but there is a flag on the play. Not sure who it's on. Maybe in the area of holding, not sure, but we'll wait for the official call.
An interesting fact here, David's only thrown the ball twice, and the one time he threw it was an interception, so...
And we have an official stat. It's he has thrown 3 times, and one of them has been an interception, but, two early incomplete passes. Middle Creek could have had another flag on that with too many men on the field. David tried to do a hard count to try to catch them off guard, but nothing going. He's going to hand off to Lopez and try to motor his way. He's not going to be taken down easily. He's gonna. I think that gained maybe 5 extra yards on that.
Yeah, he was just carrying people.
It does result in a 1st down. He had a lot of help from his teammates getting a good push.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nayland gets the call again. Well, something's getting a little
rowdy.
A little rowdy, yeah. I think Jeff Sladek, I saw, number 3 for Leesville. Devin Williamson is getting a little heated between them two.
Devon Johnson.
And another Tri-9 scoring update. Fuquay is leading Richmond County 14-13, just shy of halftime in that game.
So it looks like David's going to pass it here. And with that, Leesville's going to take a timeout, and so are we. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. back with the sports block. 3rd and 9, ball and 24 for the Mustangs. Well within field goal range, but I think the ultimate goal here is going to score a touchdown, as they definitely do not want to start sliding behind to these Leesville Pride.
David running a hard snap, once again trying to get Leesville to jump. Salmon drops back, looking deep.
Oh, man.
Another interception. Demetrius Wilkins was the intended receiver. David just threw it, a little underthrow, and results in another interception.
Again, not characteristic of David Salmon. I mean, and I do think the corner made a good play on that. He turned around, made a very high jump, very athletic jump. But again, that's the same amount of interceptions he's thrown all year. So
that's twice tonight. You know, in both interception cases, he's thrown into double coverage. So you know, he's got a
smarter decision making.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, he was open if the throw was there, but you know, just throwing into double coverage is not really the smartest play call.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be something that they're going to have to work out at halftime.
You know, well, like you said in the pregame, you know, Middle Creek has you know, in earlier games not shown to be a second half team, but you know, in later games they really have come out, because you know, in last game against Laney put up 14 points early, and they came back within, you know, the second quarter and within the second half. So you know, we'll see what they can do coming out of halftime.
Yeah, no, but I feel like there's a difference between this game and the Laney game, and that difference is after halftime we knew that we were more than capable of stopping Laney. Coming out of halftime, I just don't see this defense being able to effectively stop this Leesville offense.
And at the end of the first quarter, Wakefield is still tied with Garner at 14 apiece.
First half or first quarter?
First quarter.
First quarter. So that's going to bring up 4th and 10. Ball still on the 5-yard line, so Middle Creek could make a huge play right here.
Oh, yeah.
And block this punt.
Great. Well, even if the punt gets off, Jay Schuler's only lined up at the 45-yard line, so it's going to be great field position no matter what.
Yeah, so luckily for Middle Creek, that interception is not going to lead anywhere for Leesville, and I think it's really going to be up to David to pick himself up and drive this offense into the touchdown.
And Middle Creek's going to send in everyone trying to block the punt.
That is a really short punt.
Short and high punt. Schuler's just going to let it bounce. He's going to take it. If he can, I was going to say if he could break that tackle, he might be gone, but I think he let it bounce one bounce too many. If he would have picked it up on the second bounce, he had enough space in between the defenders. He might have been in the end zone.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I also feel like in this situation, you want to play it safe, and obviously that wasn't the safest play to run right there. I think he kind of made up his mind a little late, but you really don't want to take unnecessary risks for maybe 2 or 3 extra yards.
Sladek's going to find a great running lane. It's going to be good enough for a first down, and Middle Creek's they're going to jump to the line quick and try to get as many plays off as they can. You know, there's still 4 minutes left, but you know, they need all the time they can to try to tie this game back before halftime. Johnson's going to get the carry. Gain of maybe 2 on the play.
And I think he just barely made it back to the line of scrimmage, as that's going to bring up 2nd and 10, ball in 23.
Once again, Middle Creek running the hard snap. I think, you know, Leesville's too good of a team. They're too disciplined to jump off sides.
Oh.
It was dangerous. Easily could have been picked off. Pass was intended for Curtis Bernston. And you know, David is now 0 for 5, having not being able to connect on any of his passes tonight. You know, that could be a big reason why Castellano is going to the run so much. Is, you know, David still might be a little little worn out from last game. You know, they had a week in between. But with this cold weather for the past week, you know, he could be a little tight. He needs to run into the locker room at halftime. And as you hear from the crowd, pass interference. Jeff Slate, you know, that would have been a catch had the pass interference not been in the factor, but you know, I really don't know how to score that.
Yeah, I was just actually going to ask you the same question. Is that a completion for the quarterback, or incomplete, or doesn't count, or I don't know. We're gonna have to ask
I really don't know. But regardless, Middle Creek's going to be just out of the 10-yard line. They're on the 11-yard line, so you know, a very, very good opportunity for the Mustangs. David trying to connect to Bernston, just overthrows him. He's wide open. So not, you know, like you keep saying, very uncharacteristic of David.
Okay, so Kevin, situation. You're Coach Castellano. What do you say to David Salmon in that locker room at halftime? Because we do only have less than 3 minutes left here in this first half.
Nothing. I wouldn't say anything to him because David's too good of a quarterback to, you know, he knows what he's doing wrong. So he doesn't need anyone to tell him, you know, how to play. He's really good. You know, he'll come out of the locker room knowing what he needs to fix on his own. No words of motivation. Just don't say a word. No, I wasn't ignoring your question. I was just waiting to see if Nayland could find his way to the end zone. But no, I'm sure Castellano, you know, being the coach he is, he's gonna lend some words of encouragement, but very little, because you know, being a teammate of David on the baseball team, you know, when he gets down, you know, he needs his own time to recuperate. So Middle Creek threatening on the 5-yard line, 3rd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. So Salmon finds Lopez for his first completion of the game, and his first completion results in a touchdown.
And that's going to put Middle Creek in a lot better of a position than they were following David Salmon's last interception. There is still 2 minutes on the clock, so Leesville going to be more than capable of scoring here before the half is over. Going to be up to the defense to stop that from happening. And it looks like Chris Huey's on the ground again. Did you see anybody run into him, or maybe another cramp?
No, he's not limping or anything, so
maybe trying to sell it.
I don't know. I don't know him as much of an actor, but yeah, no, I think we're hearing up here. He just flopped. He was just trying to buy a flag. You know, he knows he missed the field goal, so he's just trying to, you know, back himself up as well as the team being down.
Another playoff action. Wakefield and Garner are tied at 14.
And, you know, I really don't feel like, I mean, obviously missing an extra point, you know, shake your head at that, but I really don't feel like it's going to be too much of a, I want to say, problem going forward. I just don't feel like it's going to play that much of a role in this game with, you know, how high scoring this game's going to end up being, you know, in my predictions. It's still going to take a touchdown to get on top of Leesville.
You know, we were talking before we went live that we were making our pregame predictions. You know, why don't we tell the fans how we thought this game would end up?
Yeah, you know, coming into the game, I obviously knew it was going to be a hard scoring. I think they're definitely living up to this. I was predicting somewhere like Middle Creek 35, Leesville 28.
Barrios tried to run a trick reverse, but Middle Creek not buying it.
I bought it. I was watching them all the way down the field.
Well, good thing you're not in pads and on the coverage team.
Snap like a kid, like a twig.
Yeah, you know, looking at our stats, with Leesville averaging 40 points and Middle Creek averaging about 37 points, you can go ahead, you know, from the score now and what's later to come, you can already predict it's going to be a very high-scoring game.
And Wildcat here.
Barrios is going to keep it. I don't think he got enough for a first down, but we'll wait and see.
And we're just under 2 minutes here, 1 minute 40 seconds left here on the game clock. Be sure to stick around for the band playing at halftime. Got those Beatle records out there again. On the sidelines, another Wildcat play.
He's going to get enough for a first down. I believe it was Tom Hartshorn on the tackle.
And I believe Leesville only has 2 timeouts left. I think they used one of those earlier when we took that break.
And, you know, we're hearing that Leesville's not in too much of a hurry. Just a minute left. I think they're going to try to just run all the timeout going into halftime with the lead.
Yeah, I can agree with that. With the success of their, running game, how productive it's been, obviously you're not going to take any risks, like throwing an interception. And I think he's been pretty secure with the ball. Obviously no fumbles. Just run, see if you get anything out of it. If not, you still have the lead going into halftime.
Now that last play, Barrios got out of bounds, so it is going to stop the clock. They're going to hand off to Bowen. Kiaku grabbing the jersey, all he can find, slowing him down, but it's going to be good enough for a first down. The clock will stop to move the chains, but start back up once the ref deems ball playable.
And it looks like he's going to actually pass the ball here.
Barrios is directing traffic. He's going to elect to keep it. And he's going to run out of bounds just as he meets Josh Hunter. And there's what we saw last week.
Going after the quarterback, having him in a one-on-one with our defender and just not being able to tackle him.
And last week, it was more of a 3 or 4 on 1.
Yeah, this week they defense hasn't had favorable matchups. Not that the quarterbacks kept the ball for that long in 8 instances, but obviously open field tackles are difficult to make. But I feel like in that situation, he kind of read the play wrong and didn't get there in time.
And another Wildcat goes nowhere as Barrios hands off to Bowen. Stopped by Terry Patterson and Marquise Ward, and I believe Leesville's going to take a timeout.
And so are we here at the Sports Block. You guys stay tuned. With the Sports Block. Middle Creek trying to stop Leesville here. About 30 seconds left here in this second quarter. Leesville's up 21-16. They're on Middle Creek's 43-yard line. Definitely Middle Creek's trying not to let them score here.
Parker's going to look deep. Pass complete to number 1. Malcolm Hitchcock. And to me, it looked like he pushed off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think the refs were too far away.
Just keep him out of the end zone here.
With 19 seconds left.
And they're going to spike the ball.
Spike the ball. Not sure, not sure why.
They just ran down the field. They probably just want to catch their breath. They know that they're probably only have enough time for one set of downs here.
Well, being so close to the end zone, they have plenty of time. Even with 16 seconds, they can run at least 2 plays.
Yeah, I think it was more they just want to catch their breath.
Parker hands off the bow, and King Kiyaku.
And a flag's going to come flying in here.
Face mask. I think it's a face mask. I saw it. And a late flag.
No surprise there. Some bad blood starting to brew between the two teams.
You can't. I mean, you really can't blame them. It's playoffs. Everyone's fighting for the next round. So
yeah, and if you really talk to these football players, it's not personal. It stays on the field. There's no grudges being held.
I can even vouch for our Fuquay rivalry. Everything stays on the field. I know. Well, I know for our baseball rivalry, everyone is great friends between Fuquay and Middle Creek on the baseball team. Just to say that. I don't know how it is at the football level, but I know, we're both classy schools, so everything stays on the field.
All right, so Mr. Gaffone with the announcement here. So there was a personal foul on both teams. I don't know what the personal foul in the offense was for. I guess that was the little
reaction.
Yeah. So that is going to give Middle Creek a little bit of breathing room, I believe. And I think they're trying to figure it out themselves here.
The referees are just trying to sort everything out between the two coaches, I believe.
I'm not quite sure what they're discussing here. If they made the official call on what the penalties were for, I can't see where the arguments would be, standing.
The result of the penalties is 2nd and goal from the Leesville 20.
And that from Mr. Gaffone. They're going to start at the 20. And it's going to be 2nd and goal.
What did he say? Work for me.
We've got just about 9 seconds left. And I think the flag for the Mustangs was a face mask, and the flag for Leesville was a personal foul, and we're going to get a timeout on the Leesville side, their last timeout of the half.
And I think after enough waiting, we're going to go for a timeout. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Blog. And we're back with the Sports Block. 9.1 seconds left here in the first half of this football game. Leesville leads 21-16 over the Middle Creek Mustangs. They have 20 yards to go to the end zone, threatening here before the quarter is over. And going to be interesting to see what they do here. I don't believe they have any timeouts left, so this is going to be
probably the final play.
Probably the final play. They might be able to get up to the line and spike it. Looks like they're going to throw the ball here.
Incomplete, and there's still 2 seconds left, so only 7 seconds let off the clock.
I have to imagine they're going to at least try for the field goal here.
Well, I mean,
they are 20 yards out. Give them credit, but I wouldn't give them that much credit, as they are going to line up for the field goal here.
And you never know with Leesville, they could run a fake, so Middle Creek just needs to stay on their toes. And this is going to be be a 30-yard field goal.
And I think this field goal will really decide if the missed extra point attempt by Chris Hughes is going to matter.
That's blocked.
That's blocked.
Number 10, Terrence White. Terrence White and DeJuan Young coming in to block the field goal. And, you know, that's the momentum you're talking about going into halftime.
That is a great way to go into halftime. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be airing the band playing at halftime. When we come back, you know, to gameplay, it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how these two teams play coming out of the locker room. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block.
The mighty marching Mustang Band will be performing tomorrow at the Raleigh Veterans Day downtown Raleigh.
And we're back with the sports block. Sorry for that little bit of interruption, some mic problems. It looks like Middle Creek's already incurred an unsportsmanlike penalty. The second half hasn't even started yet, but Leesville is leading this game, 21-16. Middle Creek started out early. We got a 3-play touchdown. Leesville responded. We came back with a field goal. Then they scored a touchdown. And then some problems started coming up with David Salmon specifically. He's 1 for 5 with 2 interceptions this game. His only completion was for a 5-yard touchdown. Some adjustments obviously going to have to be made here.
Oh. Sorry, Will, I got a little excited. I thought he was going to take off there. That would have been a great opening play. You know, Middle Creek does have the momentum on their side, so.
Yeah, you know, they did go into that into the locker room with that
blocked field goal.
Blocked field goal.
There you go.
But yeah, obviously, we were discussing what David needs to do to really step up his game. What Castellano would say to him, and we're really no.
Wow.
Well then.
And there's Barrios on the defensive side making his presence known.
As I was saying, David really needs to come back here and bounce back from his first half performance. Although it doesn't look like he's going to get the opportunity right away as Middle Creek opens with a surrendered fumble.
And Garner is now leading 42-21 with 38 seconds left in the second quarter. So Leesville will take control at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Good defense by the Mustangs.
It's going to be a game of about 5.
You know, in the first quarter, Chris Huey had a missed field goal.
Extra point.
Yeah, extra point. Not sure why, if that's going to be a deciding factor.
Yeah, should Leesville score a field goal here, that will make it an 8-point game, which would not be the case.
They'd still be down 1.
Yeah.
Bowen with the run. I don't think he's going to get enough for a first down. To be about 4 yards short.
3rd and 4.
And once Middle Creek gets the ball back, we're going to see I predict Lopez gets a lot of handoffs here in the second quarter. Second half, excuse me, because he had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 1 rushing and 1 off a pass. Bowen gets another handoff. Yeah, not sure what
the players were signaling for something. The coaches were signaling for something. I have no idea what that was for.
I think it might have been a false start, but no call. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And it looks like they're going to go for it. Kind of in no man's land here, where it's just out of the range of the kicker, and if you punt it, it's going to go to the back of the track. So you really have to go for it here.
This is their first 4th down attempt.
And I don't think he's going to get it.
And yeah, I think he is short there. So great job by those Mustangs for recovering from that fumble.
Yeah, good defensive hold by the Mustangs.
Still interested to know what the defensive players in the sideline was signaling for on that 3rd down play.
Middle Creek's going to jump to the line, not wasting any time. Quentin Ray sent in motion. Tackled in the backfield. And we've seen recently a lot of those plays, I don't want to call them trick plays, but, the unusual play that we don't usually see by the Middle Creek offense never really seem to work.
Yeah, we're not a very tricky team. It seems like you're right. None of those I wouldn't say none of those have worked, but they haven't really been wildly successful where you say we should run that more often. And that was a good job by Quentin Ray right there, preventing an interception.
Yeah, he turned the defense on that easy interception.
Again, that's just so uncharacteristic for David Salmon. I have no idea where this is coming from. Playoff nerves, just the cold's getting to him, but I haven't seen him play like this since really his junior year.
David's going to scramble around, stays on his feet. He just needs to get rid of the ball here. And he finds Devon Johnson, who's going to make room for himself to run.
And I have no idea how he got away from that one. But
wow.
He is going to be about half a yard short of the first down.
They are going to give it to him.
First down. Wow.
Wow.
That is an excellent play by David Salmon right there. And I have to believe that's probably a confidence booster for him.
For the whole team.
I'm surprised he gets safety, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, his scrambling ability, I mean, he's got some speed, but, you know, that his ability to, you know, scramble in and out of coverage, that was amazing.
I don't know if you saw that on the last play, but Nayland Lopez, the ball is literally just out there in his arms for anybody to take. He did not have good, secure control of that ball.
First and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Leesville's going to bring pressure. Salmon finds Jeff Sladek, who ducks out of coverage. He's going to get a first down. I mean, you know, it was a big momentum shift after David evaded coverage. Big momentum shift for him as well as the entire offense. David hands off to Johnson, finds a big hole.
And now you're starting to see it. The pass game's starting to come along, and the run game will follow.
And Middle Creek just needs to hang on to the ball after they complete a pass or get a run. The last thing we need is another fumble to, you know, kind of break down the momentum we have.
Yeah, Middle Creek is now on the 28-yard line, so definitely threatening here.
David finds Johnson on a quick screen. He needs one block, and Bernson's going to get his block, and it's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great block right there by Curtis Bernson, allowing him to get into the end zone. It was a 2-on-1. You know, usually in that situation you expect him to be able to make that block, but he bared down there, made the fundamental block, and he's in for the score.
And Bernson's a big body at wide receiver. You know, one of our biggest wide receivers. He's got the college build for a wide receiver, but you know, he's probably one of the biggest wide receivers in high school football.
Yeah, definitely. And Chris Huey's kick this time is good. I would like to point out, though, the score is now 23-21. A field goal by Leesville would put them ahead, which would not be the case should Chris Huey have made that field goal earlier in the game. Or extra point, I'm sorry, I keep saying field goal.
But regardless, Middle Creek is up now. You know, they used all the momentum that they gained. You know, what were they? You know, David was in the end zone on that, was he?
I'm sorry?
On the play that David was almost sacked, was he in the end zone?
I believe if he wasn't in the end zone, he was at least on the 1-yard line.
So had Leesville gotten a safety on that play, you know, we could have seen
this could be
complete turn of
completely
events.
different.
Yes.
Exactly.
But that's where Middle Creek's discipline came into play. You know, great. You know, there was obviously some holes that the defense found, but you know, David. You know, that's what I was saying. Where David, you know, needed his time at halftime to, you know, evaluate what he was doing wrong, and you know, that's where he really shines. You know, coming out of halftime and you know, putting his abilities to the maximum.
Yeah, and you know, I really don't think you can deny the fact that David is the centerpiece of this offense. Without him, we have a great wide receiver core, a great running game, but really none of that's possible without a solid quarterback behind the O-line.
And that, you know, runs in every team. Your quarterback is basically the heart and soul of even the defense. I know going 2 levels higher to the NFL, Cam Newton for the Carolina Panthers. I've watched some of the games, and he's always in the defensive huddle, getting them ready. So the quarterback just plays a big role in the whole team, not just the offense.
And it looks like Nayland Lopez is getting his, ankle, something on his leg, checked out on the sideline.
Forward on the right side.
And after another interception, Garner goes up 49-21 as they run it back for a touchdown. So it's still early. It's only the start of the 3rd quarter, so. I don't want to say it's over, but when Garner starts scoring,
once they start going,
you can't get them off. And in the 3rd quarter, Richmond has taken a lead over Fuquay, 20-14. Hand off to Bowen. He's going to get enough for a first down. And it's Jacob Pearl on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Ball is going to be spotted on the 36-yard line. So here again, Leesville threatening to score. I believe there's only been, one drive where they haven't scored. Oh, well, 2 if you count. Forgot to count the blocked field goal.
Number 6, Corey Wright, with a hard tackle on Bowen.
Tackled by Corey Wright. Second and 9.
We still haven't seen those big pass plays from the Leesville offense. They've stuck to the run game the whole game so far.
Yeah, when the quarterback has thrown the ball, he has been effective. Leesville is going to bust out another big run here for a first down. But I mean, when he had that big throw at the end of the 2nd quarter that ended up not resulting in anything, but he has proven that he's accurate. He's able to make the plays he needs to make.
Last play, Bowen had a great move. He would have been tackled 5 or 6 yards short, but a great juke move gained the first down for him. It looks like they might be five yards short. Quick end around for the Pride. Middle Creek's defense, I think, has learned by now, all the different variations of the run game that Leesville's run. So, they can pick it up easily.
Yeah, recognition is one thing, but actually executing, stopping the play is another.
And Barrios is going to use his speed. Tackled just shy of the end zone.
Barrios on the carry. Tackled by Terrence White. Brings up first and goal for the Pride.
And Connor Mitch for Wakefield answers Garner's touchdown, closing the lead. Garner's still up 49, but Wakefield has 28 now, so they're closing the gap touchdown at a time. Parker's going to keep it himself and find his way into the end zone for a Leesville touchdown.
It's just Middle Creek cannot find a way to stop this Leesville offense. The one time they did, it was. I'm sorry, I keep getting my predictions or my stats wrong. They've had 3 downs where they haven't scored, or 3 drives where they haven't scored. The first drive, one of the later drives, and I believe towards the end of the 1st quarter, early 2nd quarter, that was 3 and out, 3 and out, and then the blocked field goal, and really, I mean. The blocked field goal, I don't want to say it was lucky, but that's something that doesn't happen every day as this Leesville offense is going for 2 here. and they're going to get it.
Bell catches the 2-point conversion for Leesville.
So that's going to put Leesville up by 6 now. You know, it's just a touchdown, but I think they're taking into the fact that Huey already missed an extra point. So, you know, he's not 100% at all. You know, as we've seen through the course, he's had his downs, but you know, he certainly had his ups. So, you know, if Middle Creek comes back to score, you know, Huey's definitely got to keep his composure and knock one through.
What would be the reasoning for going for the 2-point conversion there? Because they are only up by 6 right now. A touchdown would put us up, and even if they hadn't gone for the extra or the 2-point and had kicked the extra point, they'd be up by 2. So either way, you know, if a touchdown and a field goal would still. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Not really.
I don't see the logic for the 2-point.
And Richmond County is stretching the lead over Fuquay, now up 27-16. With just under 5 minutes, Leesville up 29 to Middle Creek's 23. Smith fumbles the kickoff. We'll see what he can make.
Oh, I thought he was going to cut up field.
Yeah, I didn't see that defender, but had he not been there, Keon could have had a great run on that.
Yeah, you know, I was watching him. The ball was coming towards him. It didn't look like they realized they kicked it. I saw it the whole way through. He just kind of acted surprised.
Well, that was the longest kick we've seen tonight from the kicker for Leesville, so you know, might have caught him off guard.
Yeah.
Devon Johnson trucks his way, gain of 7. And this is a part of the field where David will show his throwing abilities. And he finds Jay Schuler.
And that was
and
a face mask.
Yeah, flag. Definitely going to be a face mask.
So you're starting to see it, David, slowly coming back from his little slump there in the first half.
And you know, you heard the moan and groans in the booth after that pass was let out of his hand.
Everybody.
Very wobbly pass, you know, taking the weather into effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold, but it's not really windy out there. There's been really no wind all night. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, you know,
I think it just slipped out of his hand,
but,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like David's probably used to that by now.
David's going to keep it and look for Schuler, and he hauls it in complete. Great catch by Schuler. You know, I think the pass was intended for Sladek, as him and Schuler were both in the same location. But Schuler just had the best angle to it and elected to catch the ball, probably for the best, because I don't think Sladek had he didn't have the right pattern.
No. So Middle Creek started this drive on their own 18-yard line, and they're going to come in here to score.
Middle Creek answers quickly as Nayland Lopez finds his way in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. So that ties the game up now. You know, I don't want to say the game is on Chris Huey's foot right now, but, you know, if he makes this through, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for Leesville, you know, to, if they score once again, they'll most likely go for 2 to try to make it harder for the Middle Creek offense to get in.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Petty pointed out by kicking that or getting that 2-point conversion, they're putting the pressure on Chris Huey here to kick that extra point, because they already know he's missed one. They're really trying to keep him pressured, and through that two-point conversion, they've really tried to do that.
But Chris Huey, you know, keeps his head on a swivel and kicks it through the uprights, so it's going to put Middle Creek up 1. And it's an interesting fact, because I know 2 years ago when we had Leesville here, we only won by 1 point. So, you know, as we're seeing here, only up by 1 point. Still early. It's 3rd quarter. We still have a whole nother 12 minutes to play. But, you know, as we've said the whole game, it's definitely going to be a gunfight. And, you know, you can't predict a winner right now.
No, you really can't.
So Chris Huey will look to pin Leesville deep.
Or not.
A little squib kick. And tackled by just about the whole special teams
Yeah,
unit
right.
of Middle Creek.
They're going to start at around the 30-yard line here.
You know, that might have been the best option because Barrios in the backfield most likely would have taken the kickoff, and we all know his speed.
Yeah, I don't think we're keeping stats for this game, but if we were, I'd be really interested to see his overall yardage because he has to be
Rushing yards.
Yeah, he has to be well into the hundreds by now.
And there's a pitch to Barrios to be tackled. I believe that's a loss of yards.
It's maybe a loss of about 2 or 3.
Watch the first going back to the other side. Second and 11.
That was close.
But that's where the awareness of the defense comes in. You know, they know they're going to run 95% of the time, so they call a run blitz and get in the backfield and tackle the running back as they do once again call another run blitz. And they make it back to the original line of scrimmage and bring up a 3rd and 10.
So ball's on the 30, providing they get a stop here. They're going to have pretty good, field position for their next possession. Where I really feel like they can I don't want to say take advantage of the game, but they will have the upper hand for the first time in a while.
Pass incomplete. Great coverage by number 10, Terrence White. You know, I think my heart kind of stopped on that one because I was really expecting a pass interference call.
Yeah, it also looked like he might have had the ball.
Might have had the interception, yeah. A great coverage by the Middle Creek secondary. You know, we've talked very highly of them in the past couple of games. Not much gets by the secondary of Middle Creek. Middle Creek's going to send in everyone to try to block another kick. Very high knuckleball kick. And Schuler's going to call the fair catch at the 40-yard line, where Middle Creek will have good field position. Now there's still a whole nother quarter to play, but just about 2.5 minutes left in the third. You know, Middle Creek, they can run. You know, they've got the clock on their side now. With being up, you know, they can use all the time out in the third and then go into the fourth with the ball still and produce a touchdown.
Yeah, but you also have to take into account Leesville's ability to score quick and efficiently. You know, towards the end of that second quarter, they actually didn't get anything out of it, but the quarterback made about a 50, 60-yard throw down to about the 10, 5-yard line.
Salmon hands off to Lopez. He's going to look to cut the corner. There's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be a face mask.
I didn't see it on that one.
A personal foul, face mask on the defense. And that's a 15-yard penalty. So we'll give the first down to Middle Creek. And they will have the ball on the 39-yard line. David drops back. Pass incomplete. Easily could have been called another pass interference. You know, I saw before the snap, Devon Johnson's got to be careful. He jumped a little early on that play, so easily could have been called a false start. So he's got to, you know, really watch the snap count.
Until I saw Jay Schuler. Yep. Yeah, when he's turning around facing you, it looks like it.
2nd and 10 from the 39. David hands off to Johnson.
David Lopez over the right side. That was Devon Johnson over the right side.
Dad, you're fired. Hey guys.
39.
It probably feels like we're trying to tackle.
We got the 50-50. Yeah.
David drops back to pass on 3rd down. Finds
Wow.
Quentin Ray.
Wow.
Great catch. He's going to get the 1st down.
I honestly thought he threw another interception. That's kind
Yeah.
of what it looked like.
Well, I think there was a little timing issue because Quentin Ray was just supposed to run a quick slant to the outside, and I think David just threw it right before he slanted. So, you know, luckily Quentin was aware and caught the pass. David drops back once again. He's going to be sacked in the backfield.
You know, he's really been under pressure almost all night tonight. Is that his first sack? I don't think he's gotten down
first
yet.
sack tonight.
So you have to credit the O-line for not giving up but 1 sack, but he has been under pressure majority of this game.
2nd and 16, just under a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Middle Creek still up 1. And David throws another interception.
Who was that even intended for?
I really thought he was going to find Lopez on the bubble screen. I really don't know who it was intended to, but that's David's 3rd interception of the night.
We have the winning number for the 50-50 raffle. Grand prize is $125 tonight.
I'm just speechless right now. He hasn't done this all year. This is
not like him.
He's honestly truly playing like he was junior year when he had all those problems, all those interceptions. It's hard to believe it. He can go from last week being a stud quarterback to 3 interceptions in 3 quarters.
They're going to hand off to Barrios. He's going to scamper his way down the sidelines. Gets enough for a 1st down. He's going to be down around the 47-yard line. So it really shows how turnovers can, you know, turn the tides on any football game.
I feel like if David has not thrown any interceptions this game, if he did not throw those 3 picks, this game would be
out of hand for the Mustangs, in favor of the Mustangs.
I don't know if out of hand, but it would definitely be a little less close.
And Bowen gets a handoff.
Owen on the carry.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Tackled by DeJuan Young.
And with the final buzzer of the 3rd quarter, Middle Creek still holds a lead, 30-29. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. Stay tuned.
And we're back with the Sports Block. Beginning of the 4th quarter, Middle Creek's leading 30-29. Leesville now has the ball on the 40-yard line, threatening to score here again, coming off a David Salmon interception. That was his 3rd one of the night.
Barrios gets the handoff. Taken down by number 50, Josh Hunter.
Lockmere up the right side for first down.
And you almost have to think if they score here, they're going to have to go for 2 once again.
40 may have been in there also. 50 was going to stop.
It's just running right up the middle with the ball. Nobody's stopping him.
37.
First down.
It's just the execution issues that Middle Creek's having now. They know that the run is coming. It's just a matter of where they're going to run the ball. Looks like
Corey Wright. Tackled by Corey Wright.
Corey Wright laid a big hit on number 34 for Leesville. It's Bell. A 2nd and 10, ball on the 19. Another handoff, stopped short. It's number 6, Corey Wright again.
Upended by number 6, Corey Wright. Third down.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Richmond County is leading Fuquay 27-14. You know, I'm really impressed with Corey Wright's play. Last year, he came in for the Mustangs as a running back, and now, you know, he's playing at the DB position. So, you know, he's really impressed me over the course of this season.
And that is exactly what the
there he is
Mustangs
again.
need.
There he is again, Corey Wright. 3 plays in a row, we've called his number. And he comes up with a big stop on Barrios. 4th and 15.
You have to imagine they're gonna. I honestly actually have no idea what they're gonna do because they've
Yeah,
been
I really
unpredictable. There is 10 seconds left on the play clock, so
I think they're going to call a timeout.
yeah, they're gonna have to. They have no idea what they're doing right here.
And they will. Leesville will call a timeout.
And so are we. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block. Tricky situation here for Leesville. It's 4th and 15, but it looks like they're going to go for it here. I'm predicting pass.
Yeah, Parker's alone in the backfield. Drops back. He's going to look.
Oh, man.
Find a receiver wide open. I don't know if he got enough.
I'm judging by
from
the
this angle.
ref,
From this angle, they initiated the call. It is a first down. He was, you know, he had to be right on the line though.
I feel like for any other team that just doesn't happen. I don't know what our defense is doing here, but it's 4th and 15. How do we not come up with a stop?
And they're gonna measure it. This could be a turning point in the game. If they don't get it, Middle Creek gets the ball back. So we'll await the call. And he does have enough for the first down.
I mean, he was just wide open. I mean, he had
Yeah,
people
regardless.
around him, but there was no pressure on him.
Goal at the 9.
So they're going to have 9 yards to go for the end zone here. Is going off of what they've done tonight, that looks like it's going to
Be pretty easy.
Pretty easy score for them here.
The defense really needs to hold. This is probably the biggest drive of the game. Parker's going to run the option.
There you go.
He tackled hard.
It's going to get him to about the 5-yard line right there.
And Josh Hunter's shaking up a little bit on the play, but he'll get up. He's fine. It's a 2nd and 6 on the 6-yard line. Parker hands off to Bowen, and he's going to run straight through the middle to the end zone for a Leesville touchdown.
So you have to imagine they're going to go for 2 here so they can make it a 7-point game. I think, obviously the defense is going to have to come up again here, or at least try to come up again here and prevent this 2-point conversion from being made. They are, 1 for 1 on the night for 2-point conversion, so.
We just got another scoring update. Richmond County leads 34-14 over Fuquay.
And it's funny, I feel like from this point forward, I feel like every play is going to be the turning point of the game.
Yeah. Parker looks to pass. Pass is complete. But if you look at the best part of that, they're only up 7. So
yeah,
the only pressure that it puts is on Chris Huey. He's only missed 1 tonight, so it's only a touchdown and an extra point.
But if you look at it from, I guess, a pessimistic point of view, should Middle Creek not score here and Leesville gets the ball back, they're gonna score. There's really no way around it. So I think it's gonna be up to the offense here to keep the Mustangs in the game here.
Yeah, and it all depends on how much time the Middle Creek offense takes, to produce a score. Because if they run the clock down to maybe 4 minutes and Leesville gets the ball back, then they have a clean road to the victory because they can just waste 4 minutes off the clock.
Definitely.
Kickoff is going to go to Terrence White. He's going to try to make the most of it, getting out to around the 35-yard line. Where Middle Creek, they've had the ball.
Decent field position all game.
Yeah, they've had the ball decent all game. The 35, between the 40 and the 30-yard lines where they've started most of the drives. So, really nothing unusual there. Devon Johnson gets the ball. He's going to try to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Be tackled for a loss of 1.
But again, the big points of this game have been turnovers on Mustang's offense. They've had a fumble recovered by the other team and 3 interceptions. It's just, I feel like this game would be completely different should that not happen.
David finds Johnson on the screen. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after getting the first down. I know Devon or any of the football players can't think on the fly. When you're running down the sidelines, the only thing you're thinking about is scoring. But
yeah, definitely.
The defender had the back of his jersey. All he had to do was fall down, and I'm sure a horse collar would have been called on that.
Yeah, but like you said, you can't really while you're running downfield.
Yeah, exactly. Nalen's going to get the call. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And Middle Creek's going to run the hurry-up offense as they've done most of the game. There's still 7 minutes left, but they can't afford to waste any time. David's going to hand off to Lopez. He's going to use his speed. He's going to gain a first down and more.
I really hate to say this, but David's got to be careful what he does here. This is the almost the exact area where he threw his last interception.
I think Middle Creek just needs to stay with the run game. It's proved to do very well in this drive. But they look to pass. He's going to look in the back of the end zone.
He's not even
close
on that one.
Not even close.
He's making me nervous.
But yeah, like I just said, they need to stay with the run game. Between Johnson and Lopez, rarely any big stops put on by Leesville's defense. So, they just need to stick with the run game, and that's their best chance right now. And in the third quarter, Garner is still leading 49-28 over Wakefield.
And that was a false start called on the Middle Creek offense right there. And that's going to bring up 1st and 15.
Lopez finds a hole, and he gets out of bounds. Smart play by Lopez to get out of bounds and stop the clock. And one more update, Garner has scored again, so they go up 56-28 over Wakefield. Assuming that they come away with the victory, the winner of this game will travel to Garner to play them in the third round of playoffs. David's going to keep the ball.
Ooh.
Lower his head, which you really don't want to see from a quarterback.
Don't want to see that.
I think there's a handoff to Lopez. Maybe got a yard. 3rd and 8 on the 11-yard line. Middle Creek really needs to come away with a touchdown right here. They've gotten so close, and getting a 3-point field goal really isn't going to do anything for them.
That's too high.
Demetrius was looking for a flag, but no matter what, that was too high. He wouldn't have caught it anyway.
The rule is, usually when you see pass interference or contact, made from the defender made with the receiver, the rule is yes, he can make contact with him, but if he can't make contact with him. But if the ball is uncatchable, unplayable, then no flag will be called.
Just going to bring up a 4th and 8. Middle Creek has to go for it. They need to convert.
I don't even want to watch this. I'm closing my eyes. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
And David's 4th interception.
And that is twice as many as he's had all season. So for Middle Creek to come away with this game, they're going to need to make a quick stop here on defense and a fast drive on offense. There is still 5 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock, but as we've seen, Leesville can definitely eat up some clock time.
And they're going to work as slow as they can. Hand off to Bowen. They tackled. They get enough for a first down. Yeah, they're obviously going to run the ball. They're not going to pass at all. So
you have to, as a defensive coordinator, and I know he's in the room to the right of us, so I'm not going to talk too loud. You have to. You need to start designing plays around the run and adapting to the passing plays.
Well, I'm sure they have. It's just a matter of when to call the right run coverage. It's a really hard thing to do if all they do is run. Bowen gets it, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield.
Bowen on the carry, tackled by Drew McBeth. Second and 11.
So if Middle Creek comes up with a stop here and pushes Leesville to a 4th down, do you think they're going to go for it?
I think so. I do. I think they have enough faith in their defense to come up with the Middle Creek stop here. And even so, they're probably just going to tie, if anything. But I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. They need to make the stop here.
Timeout, Leesville.
And that's going to be a timeout from Leesville. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block, as you heard me and Kevin discussing, certain scenarios that could go down here. I really don't think we can look too far forward. As we've said all game, Leesville's just been completely unpredictable.
Yeah, Middle Creek's defense just needs to take it one play at a time. And they're on a wildcat formation. Barrios keeps it and tackled short.
Yeah, we were saying, should they, incur the 4th down here? Leesville has been very good on 3rd down, so like I said, can't look too far ahead. I said they'd probably go for the 4th here, although with this field position, I'm going to have to agree with Kevin here, and that is to kick the ball off and put the pressure back on Middle Creek's defense, because I feel like with the way David's been throwing, you just can't, you have to let them make the plays, let them come to you.
So 3rd and 11, Middle Creek. This is the biggest defensive play of the game right here.
They've got him. Come on, get him.
He's short. He's short. And it's a good 5 yards short.
So let's see what they're going to do here.
I think they're going to, they're bringing on the kicking unit, so they agree with us, and they're going to put the pressure back on the offense. So,
how big would a blocked punt right here be?
Oh, very, very. I mean, you can almost imagine that Middle Creek's going to send in everybody. And Jay Schuler's a great return man, so you can't count that out.
Oh, that was close.
That was close. He takes a Middle Creek bounce. So they're going to come away with decent field position.
Oh, man.
And, I mean, here's the game right here. Here's the game right here. And Will, we're just going to set it straight right now. No predictions whatsoever.
Nope, I can't do it.
For the rest of the game.
I honestly don't even want to have my eyes open for the rest of the game. Like, just tell me what happens.
Lopez finds a good block. Good block by Bernson, I believe.
It's only going to be a gain of about 2 or 3, though.
And, you always hear from coaches and analysts, everyone says running backs just need to go north to south. But at this point, it's more of a northeast-west thing. They need to get out of bounds as soon as possible. David's going to go to the air, wide open Bernston, and he comes away with the reception. Good catch.
See, on a normal night for David Salmon, that's a perfectly thrown ball, and Curtis would be able to run, I think, well upfield with that.
3rd and 1.
Oh, and they're going to mark that incomplete.
No, it's complete. He's just 1 yard short, 2 yards short.
David.
See, that's where Middle Creek needs to run. their run game is so dominant. You've got Devon Johnson, who's just an excellent powerhouse. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And Middle Creek needs to call a timeout here. I really think they do.
They're going to run it.
He's going to run it to Lopez. I think he got enough. I think he got enough.
I think they're going to spot it for us. Oh, man.
I think he got it.
I'm looking this way.
And they're going to measure.
Oh, man.
I think they're saying his knee was down just before the 1st down marker, but I think he stretched out before he got down, but they're going to measure. So if Middle Creek did not convert, that's the game. If they did, they've got a second life. And they don't convert. Castellano is all on the field, all in the ref's face, saying that Lopez stretched over the 1st down marker before his knee was down. And you're hearing it from the Middle Creek fan base. They don't agree with the call. Hand off to Barrios, tackled hard by King Kiaku.
I do believe we have all 3 timeouts.
We do.
That was going to be our first timeout.
And, you know,
yeah, we're going to take a quick break. You guys stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block. 1 minute, 51 seconds left on the clock. Looking dismal here for the Middle Creek Mustangs. Leesville has the ball. They're up 7 here in this 4th quarter. They have a 2nd and 13. Middle Creek does have 2 timeouts left, so there is a small amount of hope for them left. Defense is going to have to make a stop here.
they hand off to Bowen.
Tripped up by Corey Wright.
There's a lot of movement on the Leesville line and no flag. Middle Creek will take another timeout.
Yeah, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block. This play right here is going to be the one play that really decides if the Middle Creek's going to have a shot to come back here. Oh, they got him.
Yes.
So with that, Middle Creek's going to take another timeout. We're not going to take a break. We're going to take some time to maybe talk about, we promised we weren't going to make predictions, but just talk about maybe what options both teams possess here. Obviously, Leesville, I don't think they're going to go for it here. They are on a 4th and 11. I do feel like they're going to try and kick the ball, pin the Mustangs back. Can't say I blame them. David with his interceptions, not good night for him. Middle Creek has no timeouts left, meaning the run game is going to have to
get out of bounds,
or they're going to have to just rely on David to step up here.
And they've got Nayland Lopez in the backfield waiting to return this punt. Nayland has great speed. You've got to assume that we put in the best blockers. At this point, it's really about who can get the job done. And this kind of takes me back to the NC State UNC game where UNC elected to put in their best running back to return a kickoff. So, I'm not even going to call this at this point. We're just going to wait and see what happens. And it's going to take a Leesville bounce just within the 15-yard line.
So Middle Creek certainly has their work cut out for them here. There is 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock.
It's plenty of time to march your way down the field. But, if David was on point tonight, the passing game would be what we would go to now.
If David was on point tonight, we really wouldn't be in this situation, to be quite honest.
And Richmond County defeats Fuquay 34-14. Quentin Ray gets a completed pass and gets out of bounds, but Middle Creek still needs to get to the line quick to run as many plays as they can. And only about 10 seconds ticked off the clock. David drops back to pass. He's going to look to run. He gets out of bounds. That's still a good awareness by David. He gained 4 yards, maybe 5 yards on the play, so good run by him. It's a gain of 5, so David really did a good job scrambling there. He looks to pass again, finds Bernston.
And they're gonna have to get.
And Middle Creek needs to hustle back to the line and get set. Oh, it's a first down, so it does stop the clock to move the chains, but they still need to get on the line, get a play called, and run it as soon as they can. Someone finds Bernston again. Gain of 4. And this is where the refs come in, and they need to spot the ball.
Snap it.
Someone drops back. That's not a bad thing at this point. It stops the clock, but it does bring up, I believe, 4th down.
Yeah, no, it's only third.
No,
but
third and 5. So we have 2 more chances at it with 40 seconds left. Ball still only on the 44-yard line in favor of Leesville. David drops back, looks for a receiver. He's going to scramble around, air it out, and pass is incomplete, almost intercepted. And I think everyone thought that was an interception.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, and I'm going to close my eyes again because I really don't want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Oh man.
As a play-by-play commentator, this is the hardest thing to commentate, and I'll tell you the truth. So I'm honestly just gonna let the play unfold, and we'll see what happens.
Oh man.
Someone finds Ray. and he gets out of bounds, and he's going to get the first down. 26 seconds left. You know, Middle Creek needs to start producing a little bit more yards if they want to find the back of the end zone. And we still yet to see that long pass to Jeff Sladek. Pass complete to Wilson. He needs to get out of bounds. He needs to get out of. And he wasn't out of bounds.
How is that not out of bounds? Gotta spike it here.
And too many men on the field. I know, okay, Will, I know in college football, if that happens under 8 seconds, there's a runoff, so the game would be over. I'm not sure if it's like that in high school.
I don't understand how. Well, first of all, it looked like the wide receiver himself didn't think he even went out of bounds or was tackled. Meanwhile, the refs are calling him down.
I think he was down by the whistle, so. So Middle Creek down to their last play. It's going to be a Hail Mary.
He never blew it down.
He kept it winding on the other side of the Lewis Wilson kept it winding. Timeout.
Leesville's going to call a timeout.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back at the Sports Block. Not looking great for Middle Creek here. Have one play to get into the end zone. Oh, man.
And that really just describes it all right there. You know, Leesville had the best of Middle Creek tonight. Their run game was absolutely dominant. Middle Creek's defense just had no answer for it. The offense could never get in sync.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Back to the Sports Block. So Middle Creek does not come out of this one. They lose 37-30. Close game all the way through. Just couldn't pull it out.
I mean, Middle Creek, you know, they're going to look on this game and know why they lost. Ultimately, they're going to know that Leesville's running game really had the best of them. So that, I mean, they can look back and understand why they lost this game. But, you know, when they wake up in the morning, the game's over. They can look back on the season and say, "Hey, we're Tri-9 champs, undefeated in the Tri-9. We had a great season. You know, brand new head coach, Coach Castellano, should look back on the season and say, wow, my boys did a great job coming out. Our only loss is to Garner, who absolutely demolished Wakefield tonight. So, I mean, there's really nothing to worry about during that game. Just tonight, and it's disappointing that Middle Creek didn't get the victory. It just proves that in the playoffs anything can happen. Leesville was the favorite, so it's not a surprise. But I just have nothing but good things to say about Middle Creek's football team.
Yeah, Coach Castellano, this is his first year coaching the Mustangs. It's extremely successful, especially as a first-year coach. Like you said, Tri-9 state champs, or Tri-9 champs. You move on from here. Next season, hope to come out. We got to wish the best of luck, to the graduating seniors this year. You guys played an awesome season. And, just move on, come out next year with a chip on your shoulder and just, move forward. And I think that's what they're going to do. And I think that's going to do it for us here at the Sports Block. This was an amazing football season. I'd like to thank all of our viewers, all of our watchers. You really, help support us, give us a reason to show us these football games. So, that's going to do it for us here at the Sports Block. You guys have a good night.